The Bronx, a borough often overshadowed by its flashier neighbors, but could it secretly be home to New York's best pizza? Today I'm putting it to the test as we visit 4 legendary pizzerias that might just prove everyone, including me, wrong about this underrated borough. Here we go. Our co-host for today is Greg, our resident food guide and native New Yorker. And one thing that all of these pizza spots have in common today is their neighborhood staples. And Pugsley has been around for over 40 years.
This is one of the coolest pizzerias I've ever been to in my life, but it's very old school to the core. Really excited to show you guys this spot.
Let's check this out. All right, now this place, definitely a vibe.
I've never seen a funkier place in my life. This is so cool. You have the graffiti on the walls, you got booths here, the wooden booths, all types of stuff. It's like hanging out with someone's basement.
It's actually perfect for the Fordham crowd. Fordham University is one of the main consumers of this pizza. It feels like an amazing place to have your favorite college slice.
My name is Salvatore Natale.
How did this business come to be? Tell us the story.
What I said, I want to open a place for college. Then I was looking for a store around here, and when I saw this was a junkyard. Originally, this was a horse stable. You know, I had a vision, college here, hang out, pizza, music. I'm a little bit of a musician. I play saxophone.
What year did this open?
1985.
1985, okay.
1985.
Oh, it's right there.
It's right here. We all about love, not a bullshit love. Okay?
I feel you. You guys have been here almost 40 years now.
Yeah.
What makes your pizza different than other places?
You want to know the truth?
Sure.
We don't know what the hell we're doing. We learned from this family. It taught us, first of all, quality. Then prepare the things with love. People say, you instead of this, you can get this, you save the money. I said, no. Quality, making people number one.
As far as the pizza, what are the best sellers?
Peter, what do you think is the best seller?
Regular and penny alla vodka. You got me relaxed. This is my break time.
I got something for you. I'm serenade these 3 gentlemen.
Ready up?
All right.
I feel like we're permanent members of the Pugsley Club now.
We've been initiated.
We've been initiated.
What I'm making you guys is a half penny vodka and a half cheese. So you get to try the best of both worlds. The vodka sauce, I make it. And people say they like it, and I hope they really do. I mean, we sell a lot of it. Gotta be good, right? The pasta, you guys are not gonna believe this, but I boil it myself. Water from Italy, boiled in a pot from Italy. No, Bronx water. Boogie down Bronx water. Okay, so that's the vodka, right? This is the way we do it. Mozzarella. Shout out to Grande. We should call this pie something, like a yin and yang or something. I don't know. That's a good one. That's it. Capiche? Okay, don't go nowhere.
Beep, beep. We wish health, wealth, joy, glory. We go like that.
I don't know what we just went through. It felt like some kind of a ritual, but I want to go through that every day.
And I feel like I've been initiated into some sort of like pizza secret society here in the Bronx. It's just fantastic.
What already impresses me about this penne alla vodka is how sturdy it is. Like you'd think maybe it would kind of topple over. Look at this thing, it's holding up. Have you had many penne slices in your life?
No, maybe a handful as a kid. I kind of stopped eating those over time, but this one's got me excited.
It's one of their best sellers, so we had to start with it.
Ooh, that vodka sauce hits right away.
That was the first thing I noticed. I'm a huge fan of vodka sauce in general, on pizza, on pasta. I even got a little bit of that basil. The cheese is so creamy too.
What I like about the penne is not too hard.
Yeah.
This is perfectly done.
This is a classic, and we had Sal, the OG, serenading it at the end, even hitting the gong. Like, if that wasn't a pizza experience in New York, I don't know what is. But growing up in North Jersey, One of my favorite all-time slices when I go out for lunch was a penne slice. This is so much better than the one I grew up with, though. All due respect to Fairlawn, New Jersey, but man, this is a special slice.
Look, this is the bottom of that crust, really baked to perfection.
So, you know, if you're having one of those nights where you're not sure if you're in the mood for pasta or pizza, just combine the best of both worlds, bam. Something that many viewers who aren't from here may not realize is the pizza royalty of New York. We didn't have a chance to meet a Dom DeFara. Even you're wearing a Rosario shirt.
Rosario's one of my favorites.
Like, when you get to hang out with a pizza legend like Sal, it just makes your day seeing someone who loves his job so much.
This is the beautiful thing about this place. It's a family-run business, and you can tell they love their customers, they love what they do. You can just tell the love they put into the pizza here.
He was honestly underselling himself. He said, we don't know what we're doing. Anyone who tells you they don't know what they're doing knows exactly what they're doing.
He was being humble there, I think.
Even the crust is nice and chewy. It's not too charred. A lot of places, I might enjoy the pizza, but like the crust is where I stop. Not here.
No. It would be a sin to not finish this crust.
All right, Greg, we got the plain right now.
Sal mentioned that they use 00 flour, which is a very high-quality pizza flour.
Yeah. All right, let's go with the classic. It's a pretty big slice, too.
It is.
It's just the right notes, man. It's so balanced.
I think also that sit for a little while. Something about when you get a classic New York slice, it sits for a little while. All the flavors kind of absorb. So you get that sauce, mozzarella, a little bit of olive oil, the basil, all fusing together.
The cheese to sauce ratio is just perfect on this. And you notice, of course, little char. Like, this is a textbook New York slice here. I don't think you can go wrong with anything at Pugsley. We're gonna talk about this a lot today, but I have been sleeping on the Bronx as far as being a food destination, and I think a lot of my viewers probably have as well. Need to wake up to it. So do I.
It's like I would obviously eat this more often, but I still really enjoyed that. That was like a flavor bomb.
I think I would go with a penne. Nostalgic for me, but elevated version of it. And we're talking about pasta. We are just a few minutes away from Arthur Ave, the Bronx's Little Italy. So here's a power play move. Start or end a trip to the Bronx Little Italy here at Pugsley.
Yeah, I've done it before. A midway point in the Little Italy, Dave was coming here. Yeah, so if you see this sign in your local pizzeria, it's a good sign. It means they use a really good quality cheese, grande.
Look what we just got gifted.
Oh, so happy.
This makes your day, huh?
It really does. I've been trying to get more Spots merch, you know?
Please. Give us merch. Living in New York and running around the city as much as I do, you need the right footwear. And today we have partnered up with Vivaia to show you great shoes for exploring. I love these because I don't need my hands anymore to put my shoes on. No need to bend over like with my other sneakers, where I have to fight sometimes to get my heel in. Just tie the laces once and it's a perfect customized fit. I'm always in a rush, we've got a delivery, I have to run an errand, I'm not wasting time. But with Vivaia's urban sneaker, this isn't a problem. I can race out the door, and as a type A personality living in New York, that's a game changer because I'm on the go, eating and filming a lot. The anti-slip outsole is perfect for walking long distances. They've also got a non-collapsing reinforced heel. The tongue doesn't shift, giving it a nice snug fit. For the ladies watching, my wife Adriana's urban boots are one of her new favorites because she's on the go a lot too, and she loves how easy they are to slip on as a busy mom. The urban boots are water repellent, stay dry even when it's not. The shoes repel light splashes with ease. I have the men's version, and these are definitely going into the rotation for the fall. Use code JOHN12 to get 12% off of your purchase, or follow this QR code right here to get the perfect sidekick on your next trip around New York. Greg, Luciano's is about as no-frills a pizza spot as we're ever gonna show on this channel.
Yeah, we're here at Morris Park in the Bronx area. I've never really spent that much time in, but really curious with this spot. Very no frills, very classic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, I love this.
Me too.
How are you?
How are you?
Which one do you think is the best?
Anything that you eat it.
Anything? Okay.
You only do pizza.
You just stick to pizza, good.
If you like, you open.
Okay, deal. I'm sure we'll like it.
Grande cheese.
Nope.
Once again, it's like I said at the last spot, grande cheese.
This is your clue. Greg just let you in on it. How long has this place been in business?
Maybe 40 years.
40 years here?
Instagram. I give you a regular slice.
Okay, those are nice big slices.
One of the biggest slices I've ever seen in New York. Greg, how did you find out about this spot? It's an interesting story, right?
It is. So just randomly, I was on Facebook one day and I saw this Facebook group come up that said Pizzaholics, and it said Luciano's is a really good place. So I was like, all right, I just got to mark it on Google Maps for future reference. If I ever made it to the Bronx, and today's the day.
All right, Luciano's. They gave us a little bit of everything. Let's start with the plain. Not too tangy, not too sweet, just right.
It's another one of those very nostalgic type slices for me. The dough has a certain flavor to it. It's not like overly charred, but it's got a nice flavor. And A nice mix of sauce and cheese.
This is the kind of spot I would imagine if I grew up around here, I'd be coming for lunch all the time when I was a kid. This just gives off such neighborhood vibes. Like the, the Yankee stuff on the wall and the pictures of the customers. And we cover so many places in Manhattan, even in Brooklyn, that it's all about Instagrammable this, Instagrammable that. What can I put on my pizza? Here, they know what they do well.
This is just such a local place to the core. The booths, I can't get enough of these booths. It's just so nostalgic.
I've actually never been to Morris Park myself. This has got a great neighborhood vibe here.
It does. Very good slice.
Like, I can't find a single reason to dock this for anything.
No, this is like, just bringing me back. That's really what it is.
You know, a lot of times when I don't know what to order from a new pizza spot, if I see a grandma slice, I tend to gravitate towards it. I'm into those like saucy pizzas, so let's try this out.
Yeah.
Nice crunch.
This really has like nice subtle flavors. It's not too salty, they don't overdo it on the hard cheese on top. And you really taste the tomatoes. I like this, not too tangy, it's not sweet. You have that little bit of basil in there to complement it. It's excellent slice.
I think there's a reason he pushed it on us.
It's your very traditional thin crust grandma. Everyone makes it a little different. Sometimes they make it a little thicker like a Sicilian, but this is really more the OG thin crust style.
Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but out of all the boroughs out there, I feel like the Bronx might get the least love for pizza.
Probably, because Staten Island, Staten Island gets
Yeah.
the least amount of love, period.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
a joke. You see all the memes, right? But Staten Island is known for pizza. Bronx is definitely very underrated for pizza. It really took me years to really dig into the food scene here in the Bronx and find some really great pizza places.
Well, I think the elephant in the room for today's video is there's a lot of viewers out there, they hear the word Bronx, they think danger, crime, not safe to come to.
Yeah, I mean, look back to the 1970s, 1980s, you could see that was where the reputation came from. But the Bronx is a big borough. It's a diverse borough. It's actually got the most parkland of any borough. Over 25% of the borough is covered in parkland.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everything's bigger in the Bronx, okay? The margarita slice. This is what they're really well known for.
Yeah, so with this margarita, it came fresh out of the oven. It's got a lot of olive oil,
Yeah.
a lot of chunky tomato, dollops of the fresh mozzarella here, some basil. It looks excellent.
If I saw this out, this would have been the first thing I would have ordered. Damn, that fresh mozzarella, man, that hit. Ooh. We were nervous if we could eat more. Not nervous anymore.
Now, when you see a fresh one like this coming out, you gotta try it. Not too sweet, not too salty, just right.
I mentioned I'm into really saucy pizzas. This is a prime example of what I love.
I knew it. I knew when I saw it, like, this is gonna be your kind of slice. Look at that. Tomatoes are falling all over the place.
This is a good problem to have. I wore a black shirt for a reason, by the way.
I know, I was risking it here with this.
They've been at this location, they told us, for about 30 years. I don't think I need to change anything.
I hope it stays like this forever, really. Like, it actually pains me when I see old school pizzerias change the interior around and make it look more modern. Like, this is like a time capsule. I hope it stays this way.
Every town in America needs a pizza spot like this. No nonsense, head down, make amazing pizza. Tommy's Pizza, man, that is a classic sign right there.
Just seeing that old 7-Up logo there, it's awesome. Some more grande cheese.
This video is not sponsored by them. It just got rolled in. How are you? Hey, how are you?
How you doing, guys?
Good, good. We're just doing 3 planes. Awesome, thanks a
Thank you
lot.
very much.
Greg, I gotta say, I've never eaten New York pizza at a counter like this before.
This is a dying breed right here. I'm sitting eating pizza at the counter.
How you doing, buddy?
I'll tell you, I've been here once. I
Yeah.
loved it so much. I had 1 slice. I stayed. I ate, I think, 2 more.
If you could do 2 today after all the pizza we've eaten, I'd be impressed.
I think 1's the limit today for me.
This looks fantastic. Let's try it. First thing that hit me, light, airy, crispy crust.
You can tell how sturdy it is. When you fold it, it's like crackles a bit.
Ah.
Now, it looks like there's some cornmeal on the bottom here. It adds another interesting bit of texture to it.
Pizza has the slightest tanginess to it. You know what it reminds me of a little bit? And I saw this in a video of my boy Antonio from the Pizza Review channel. Luigi's a little bit.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of like the Luigi's classic slice in Brooklyn.
You can tell it's a real neighborhood gem, too. And there's a nice bit of herb flavor in the sauce, too. I see there's quite a bit of oregano in there, too.
This is definitely one of the best plain slices I've had in a really long time. And fun fact, they only have 2 slices here, plain and square. No pineapples, no chicken parm. I don't know what the craziest thing you've ever seen. I saw a Thanksgiving turkey pizza, we covered that once. They don't believe in that here.
As good as I remember, that's for sure.
Can you actually think of another spot in New York that has a counter like this for a pizza spot?
I remember one place in Fresh Meadows, Queens called Brothers Pizza. They're
Okay.
pretty famous. And also old school signage. So
Yeah.
it's just another kind of stuck in time type place.
I like this. I like this concept. And you can sit in the back. There is a room that has like your typical booths, but look, counter service, okay. They do actually have beef patties, chicken rolls, and cheese calzones. So they do have a couple of other things outside of pizza.
Something just caught my eye. What's the hippie roll?
What's a hippie roll?
Sausage, pepper, and mozzarella.
Okay. I was gonna guess mushroom.
If you're visiting New York and you want to hang out with Greg, take his street food tour. I've had many of you tell me it was one of the best experiences that you had when you visited the city. Check out the link right here. You won't regret taking that tour.
Yeah, I'd love to see you. Come join the tour.
Greg, when you say a place is part of the neighborhood, I think Louie and Ernie's took it to heart because they are built right below a house.
So cool, right?
It opened since 1959. Let's check this out. Oh, we're stepping down into a pizza paradise here. Oh, it smells so good, right?
Sure
As
does.
soon as you walk in. We just want to do one pie sausage.
The tomatoes are sweet because they imported from Italy. Some tomato sauce, you don't need no salt, no sugar. Everything is just salt and pepper and oregano. That's it. And of course, they use grande cheese, the best cheese in the world, for pizza. It's not greasy at all. It's good. Tastes good, you know.
Not bad.
It's very good sausage. Over here, this is the best seller. Nice, beautiful pie.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That is the most amount of sausage I've ever seen on a pizza. They were saying that the owner gets 25 pounds in the morning, 25 pounds in the evening, and he still sells out. This is their signature right here.
This is. This is actually the one pizzeria I've been to several times before, coming up from Queens just to come and eat this.
Piping hot here. Look at that. Huge flop here. We gotta hold this up. Like this is the standard Bronx slice we're seeing.
I kind of
Humongous.
folded it up at the top here.
All right, let's try it. Nice and crispy, and I got a little bit of that sausage on the first bite. Got a good kick to it.
Sausage is fantastic. That's the first thing that jumped out right away.
They were telling us to use the San Marzano tomatoes. Different than the California tomatoes a lot of pizzerias use. Has a slightly sweet flavor, which I really, really like. It's like more what you would see on a Neapolitan pizza.
Yeah. I think that does counteract the really like peppery fennel kick in the sausage. It complements it quite well.
Pizza's well done, man.
I don't usually do this, but take a little bite from the edge here.
All right, let me try. Nice and crispy. I've never had something quite like this before. Just like the type of sausage, the amount of sausage. I think if you were doing a blind taste test, you would know it was a Louie and Ernie slice.
I would know right off the bat, for sure. And I normally don't order sausage pizza. It's usually one of the least ordered toppings for me, but here I have to order it every single time. That's how good it is. Like, just even the flavor of the dough, there's just something about it very unique.
So a fun fact, I got to chatting with the owner's daughter, and you know how I said that this is built into somebody's house? Originally, this was a pizzeria in Harlem, and the two owners, Louie and Ernie, moved it here after a year. And the basement here used to be an old candy store, and the current location was taken by the new owner and their family, and they've been here for 30 plus years. So it went from one family-owned business to another, and they are taking excellent care of it. But I've never seen anything quite like it, like a pizzeria built into a house.
Yeah, and it does really feel like a home. You have a skylight above you, like.
A lot of firsts today for me, I gotta tell you, in the Bronx. And something that we have both noticed is these are all neighborhood staples, and all the employees are so friendly. You get that New York stereotype of like gruff, not here.
Cool people up here in the Bronx, that's for sure.
People don't have to put up a front here, they just keep it real. You would think by spot number 4 that we'd be over it, but no.
I'm still enjoying it, even as full as I am.
I could even do one more if we had to.
Yeah, I'd probably regret it later, but I could fit it. So like I said, at the last 3 spots, we've noticed that they also use grande mozzarella cheese. So that's really the gold standard of cheese for pizzerias here in New York.
Greg, what would you tell the viewers if they were feeling a little bit hesitant about taking a pizza crawl in the Bronx?
I would say do your research. The Bronx is very diverse, not only culturally, but also in terms of neighborhoods. It's not the biggest borough, but it's a very unique, diverse borough with a lot of character to it.
And if you don't know where to go, just come to all the spots in this video. You will not regret it.
Yes.
Now that you know where the best pizza in the Bronx is, in this video, we show you some of the city's highest rated street food and give you our opinions on it. Watch this next.